I extruded a ring. It's exactly like this one. I make it just a tad longer. But I have found that this is the trick to making the tops so solid. This is just plain old water. I wet this all the way around, one swipe. And I wet the heck out of this thing right here. I try to put my joints on the end on the same end. So this is the same way I did the other one. The water does two things. It makes it like glue, but it also makes it kind of slimy. And when you pick it up off the table, you can kind of move it around some. Where if you didn't do that, you wouldn't get the you wouldn't get to play with it. This edge is not important either because I always put handles on the end. So it's just more important that it is strong than it looks good. Handle goes right over that. And then I just give a little bump to make it stay longer for me to lift it up. And it won't sit down on something flat after I pick it up. So anything I want to do now while it's sitting flat, I've got to do, because after that it sits on a little stand to dry. And then you've got to bump the sides with my poor lighting. And so if one's higher than the other with the water, you can still move it. Before I started using water, you were just stuck with whatever was on there because it didn't move. But if you cut your clay weavings too long, they stick out, and this is uneven. So if you cut them back far enough, I guess you could probably put this on a banding wheel and roll a nice foam roller around it. But
yeah, if you're going to make a video or something like that.
Yeah, if you're going to make a video and put it on the internet for the whole world to see, you'd probably do that. But then next.
Oh look, there's a banding wheel.
Oh look, here's a banding wheel. Let's use this one. The person that's ordering this basket likes these little doofers on there, which serves two purposes. They catch the clay and give the clay a chance to pool, but they also make the clay stick together better. Which is, if you don't bump your piece and break it, the part that's going to fail is the part that's up here at the top. Again, you don't have to do the ends. It can be a handle. But before you walk away from it is your chance to push the top and join those pieces together well. I guess again a foam paint roller or something would work good.
Yeah, I use a rolling pin on mine.
Yep. Once it's dry enough, you can flip it over and just push it down on the table really hard, or put a bat up here and push the bat down. There'll be areas like that. I like to squish those in so they don't stick way out. And any marks that are on this bottom will have to be fixed now because there will be no glaze to hide it. If you have cracks or anything here, slight cracks, my glaze is thick enough it hides it. But anything on the bottom, you're stuck with. And depending on the time of year, this one will probably, in the winter, this one will probably take an hour to an hour and a half before it could come off. But I always put the handles on before it come off, because then you can really push on the handles.
Basket number one.
Extruded basket. Basket number one.